Friday, we leave the hospital, go home, gonna go stop at the store, ask my dad, where are we going? Right, left for the store? He's in a daze. He doesn't know where he's at. Okay, this ain't good. I turn, go home right away. I'm like, look, you gotta sleep. You haven't been sleeping. Here, eat this pear, have a glass of iced tea, go lay down. I'm going to the store. We're gonna get some vegetables. I'll make a great pasta. Things will be great. I don't even get back home yet. The phone's ringing. My dad's on the phone. I'm like, what's the matter? He's like, nothing with your mom, but did you know I almost went into a diabetic coma? No, I don't know what that is. What are you talking about? Well, obviously, he's a diabetic. If I didn't give him a pear, he would have went into a coma. He reached over at the last minute, grabbed his glucose pills, and took them. He said, if you didn't give me the pill, I would have went into a coma. Great, I'm looking at a trifecta on my hand. My mom, my dad, and my grandmother, all in 1 week. Not good. So basically, that was on Friday. Saturday, we meet with the hospice people, decide, well, look, we'll take her off life support. If she winds up breathing on her own, we'll move her upstairs to the hospice. If not, well, unfortunately, you know what happens next. So basically, we waited. But then I'm like, well, we can't wait to do anything till Monday, the next day after tomorrow, which was, the next day was Easter Sunday. But didn't care about that. It was also my grandmother's 88th birthday. And we're like, well, we're not going to pull the plug and have her daughter die on her birthday. So we got to wait till at least Monday. So we wait till Monday. My brother gets into town, red eye, go to the airport, right to the hospital, see my mom, meet with the doctors. Within hours, we pull off a life support. Hospice comes down, and at 5:15 p.m., she expired within like 5-10 minutes, very peacefully. So now we have to go home now and tell my grandmother, because my grandmother can't come to the hospital this whole time because of the scabies she got from the nursing home. Even though they're clearing up, we can't take a chance in ICU. So I got to have her on the phone, talking to her on the phone, even though she's in a coma, but at least let my grandmother talk to her in her ear. So we do go home and tell my grandmother that her daughter just passed away. Now, it'd be nice to be able to grieve at this point, but I can't even do this because now my mom took care of everything, all the pills for my dad and my grandmother. Now I got to figure out all my grandmother's pills because, crucial, she only has pills left for today and in the morning. So now I got to go into doctor mode again, try to figure out all these pills that my dad and my grandmother's on without ODing both of them now. So what we do is we get a hold of a certified nursing assistant that lives in their neighborhood. Talk to her, say, hey, can you please come down, help me sort through these pills, then you can come down once a week, I'll pay you, you can sort out the pill trays for the whole week, each and every week. Please come down, thank you so much. She comes down, and when she came with her, she brought this book with her, which was literally a godsend. Yes, you think I'm kidding. This book changed our lives. Literally changed our lives. She brought this book with her, and it lists all your different drugs. It lists the side effects, better drugs to take, different interactions. I said, please, can you leave this with me? I stayed up till 4 in the morning reading this. So right after dinner that night, we get home. Before I start reading the book, we have dinner. My dad goes in to lay down. I'm like, look, you got to get some rest. Sitting there talking with my grandmother. This is right after dinner, after she took her pills. Within minutes, I watched my grandmother, who was totally lucid all these days before, talking to her. Within minutes, she became a zombie in front of my eyes. Trying to talk to her. Instantly, she was like this. We gave her a piece of cake. She was like a little kid with cake everywhere. We turned around and looked, and she was eating a napkin for dessert. She had a whole napkin in her mouth. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. We pulled the napkin out. I'm like, Grandma, go to bed. I had to put her in a bed, hallucinating again, like she was the last 2.5 years, seeing people in her closet, animals running around the room. This has been going on for 2.5 years. So this is the night now. This is right after hours of pulling the plug on my mom passing away. We put Grandma in the bed. I stay up till 4:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, researching this book. All the 15 drugs my grandmother's on, the 9 drugs my pills are on, my dad's on, because we have to meet with the doctor in about 7 hours. We made an appointment the following morning so I can sort through this mess without killing everyone. So we go to the doctor, same doctor they've had the last 11 years. Same guy, treated my grandmother, my mom, and my dad. Not different doctors over the years. Same doctor, last 11 years. You got this so far? So sit down. Doc, how are you? I walk in the room. He doesn't expect to see me. My dad went to the restroom. I sit down. I line up my grandmother's vials, all my notes that I had written, 5 pages of notes from 4 o'clock in the morning. This medical book open wide. The doctor walks in. Oh, hi, how are you? Didn't realize me. Expect to see my dad. Hey, doc, how are you? Great, sorry to hear about your mom. Thanks. Can you help me sort these pills out before I kill my dad and my grandmother on top of it? Just need some of your time, please. So what we do is, let's start with grandmom's pills. Not 3, not 6, not 9, not 12, but the 15 vials of pills you got my grandmother on right now. Now, my mom sorted out everything. So she had everything in a bag. So from what I'm gathering, 6 of the pills are expired. So can we go through these? So we can go through the 3, the 6 that are expired. So we'll start with those, and then let's go through the actual 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 pills you have her on currently. These are the cards my mom had. She had all the drugs written down, the dosages, when to take them during the day, all in Ziploc bags. Grandmother's pills, mom's pills, dad pills. So doc, can we go through all these? These are all my notes. All grandma's pills numbered 1 through 15. This is what I had laid out. Yes, it looks like a doctor. Yes, it does. Right? So let's start, doc, let's start with grandmom's pills. Can we go through these? Let's start with the 6 that we got expired. Let's get those off the table so we at least get some clarity here, see what we're working with. Let's start with the 6. You had her on propylchloroperazine, excuse my pronunciation, right? That was to control nausea and vomiting and for psychotic disorders. So I'm assuming the dementia, I've been told for 2.5 years how to. But what's the side effects? Do not take if you have dementia-related psychosis. You've been telling me she has dementia for 2.5 years. Why is she on this drug? Okay? Second drug, risperidol. Do not take if you have dementia-related psychosis, right? Increased risk of death in seniors with dementia and Alzheimer's. Why is she on this drug if she has dementia and Alzheimer's? She was like this last year, shaking like a zombie. Why is she on these then? The Atenol for high blood pressure. You have her taking all her pills in the morning with breakfast. This one says, must be taken on an empty stomach either before or 2 hours after a meal. See, she's never been taking this drug right. Let's get to these now. So we eliminated those drugs. Those 6 drugs that were expired, we got rid of all those. Went through these. Oh, the clonazepam he had her on. You gotta watch it because abrupt discontinuance may lead to drug withdrawal symptoms. What did he do with this? He just cut her cold turkey on this one. Let it expire, and that was it. So no wonder she was having little side effects from all this stuff. So you got these 6 drugs we got her off of right away. Gone, expired. Thanks, Doug. Now let's start with the actual 9 drugs you have her going to bed with and taking each and every day for the last 2.5 years. Let's start with bedtime. You got to go into bed on temazepam and Xanax. 30 milligrams of temazepam, 0.25 milligrams of Xanax. Both anti-anxiety drugs. Huh. What's the side effects? Confusion, delirium, short-term memory, disorientation. Do not use unless absolutely necessary. Why was she using it? Why? Because she won't get out of bed. Really? Doc? What's the side effects of these Xanax? Depression, lethargy, inactivity, hallucinations, depersonalization. Where have I heard all this before? This sounds so familiar. Dementia. What's dementia exactly? Loss of memory, disorientation, trouble communicating, trouble with abstract thinking, etc., etc. Do you guys see where I'm going with this maybe? Let's go back to what you got her, okay? You got her on clonidine, right? What's it for? For nausea, vomiting. That's all the side effects. Causes nausea, vomiting, weight gain, changes in dream patterns, nightmares, hallucinations, delirium. That sounds like the same stuff as dementia almost. Wow, how weird is that, huh? Now you got her on the Pamelor to start her morning off. Hey, Grandma, let's start like some breakfast and orange juice and this heavy-duty painkiller for breakfast. I showed this to the doctor. Same doctor, 11 years. What does the doctor say? Wow, that's a heavy painkiller. You think so, Doc? Was she in pain? Well, let me see. She was 2.5 years ago when you cut her legs off and you put new knees in. But now she's the bionic woman. Her knees are literally better than mine and better than yours. So if she's in pain now, it's because she hasn't gotten out of bed for 2.5 years and hasn't used them. What do you think, Doc? Yeah, I think we can do away with that. Really?